Hello, welcome to the Katana podcast. It is the second episode, and today we are talking about a very good anime, an anime that has blown up in popularity, an anime that I love to death, JOJO'S Bizarre Adventure. Today, we have my good friend, William. Please introduce yourself.
I'm a man of few words. I like JoJo's, and I hate Theo's opinions. It's simple. It's who I am.
Today we are going to be talking about each part of JoJo. Well, the parts that are animated, so part 1 to part 5. So I've divided a few categories for what makes a good JoJo part. Well, the first categories are main JoJo, so the main character of that part. Cast of characters, the characters that accompany this main character. The stand/Hamon, the minor antagonists, main villain, setting, and the overall vibe of each part. So let's start with part 1, Phantom Blood, I guess. I'm going to let you talk. What is your opinion on Jonathan, the main JoJo?
Okay, so as well as Jonathan is a strange character, to say the least, I don't really like him.
I don't either. I hate Jonathan.
Could have been better, There's so many things they could have done with him. I just felt like there were never really any, anime moments in part 1. Part 1 just felt like the prologue,
Yeah.
Came before part 2 because it needs context.
Yeah, I agree. So one of my problems, my biggest problem with part 1, and I completely agree with you on this. I didn't think I would agree with you with this, but I do not like Jonathan because I think he's just too good of a person. He doesn't have any flaws, and he doesn't have any character moments that are great compared to even his parts. He doesn't have any parts I can point to and say, that was an amazing Jonathan moment. There aren't any amazing Jonathan moments. He's just there,
Yeah, I know. Even the sword, that wasn't big brain at all to heat it up with the fire behind. It felt like it wasn't the best part ever. But, what followed only got better, so. Necessary evil, maybe?
Not really a necessary evil.
Not even.
On my first watching of JoJo's, everyone was hyping me up. JoJo's is amazing. JoJo's is awesome. They got all these cool stands and stuff. It mostly hyped up by you. And so I watched part 1, and it's I can barely get through the 9 episodes. They're so boring.
I think a long time ago you told me that you didn't watch the 9 first episodes. Not all of them. You only watched the first 2.
I skipped them. I skipped part 1 on my first viewing. I rewatched part 1, so now I know, I've watched all of part 1. But at the start, I could barely get through it. I couldn't get through part 1. That's 9 episodes. I couldn't get through 9 episodes. That just shows you, it's not a good JoJo part. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's good.
I know. I agree with you.
It's just meh.
Just watch it, man. If you don't have any anime you can think about, don't spend hours searching for something. Just watch the rest of part 1.
No, I watched all of part 1.
You finished it. Okay.
I finished it. On my first viewing, I just skipped it. I couldn't get through it. But I rewatched it.
Yeah. So how was it to rewatch it?
It's the enjoyment factor is really bad. I hate how mundane it is, if you get what I'm saying. Because JoJo's is a bizarre adventure, and my favorite moments in JoJo's are the bizarre moments, the moments that really freak you out, or the really cool character moments. And there's it's starting off and it's just copying everything. There aren't any really bizarre moments, at least compared to JoJo's.
That's the thing, compared to the rest of JoJo's. Maybe one of the most bizarre moments is George Joestar II being completely blind to Dio, trying to stab his own son.
That's not bizarreness. That's bad writing.
I know, I'm bad writing, but that's what I'm saying. It's the most bizarre moment ever. But that's not even done on purpose, so, does it even matter,
JoJo's, it's not like other anime. And when I'm watching part 1, it's is this really something I haven't seen before? The other parts?
Part 1, not exactly the most amazing of moments of JoJo's at all. And I mean, if the only time you're actually gonna want to watch it is if you want to tell and flex to your friends that you watched all the JoJo anime, or you are like weirdly compelled to watch it.
Okay, so one of the things that really made me bored of Jonathan was how, like, you love Koichi. I know you love Koichi. But the whole point of Koichi's character is how he grows as a person.
Yeah.
Does Jonathan grow?
Yeah, that's the thing. Jonathan just doesn't grow. He remains the same guy all along.
Start of part one, he's a gentleman. End of part one, he's a gentleman. Like, is there a change?
He's just a gentleman who lost a friend. That's it.
It just shows how boring Jonathan character is when we're just like talking like normal people, you know? Like,
there's like like rare moment where two opposites agree on something.
That's with Jonathan right there.
Exactly it.
Okay.
There's nothing to even debate at this point.
Yeah. Okay, well, there is going to be something to debate in cast of characters because I do not like Speedwagon.
What did you say?
I do not like Speedwagon.
What? Excuse me?
I don't think he's a good character.
Speedwagon's amazing, dude.
See why everyone loves Speedwagon. He's just this like crazy murderer dude who's like respects Jonathan. He's like a Jonathan simp.
Whoa, you've taken a step too far, my friend. Speedwagon helps the JoJo's because he sees that they have a noble cause. He doesn't care about Jonathan, he cares about the cause. That's why he stayed around. That's why he created a whole foundation that helps them all the way. No, well, helps them. Appears into all the way in part 5, my guy.
So why I don't like Speedwagon, before you talk about how you love Speedwagon and how he's your favorite, I don't see what's all the buzz because he's just this like boring character. He's just this random street punk that like becomes an oil tycoon. Like, is that really super interesting? Like,
I feel the whole point of Speedwagon and how Speedwagon became the icon of the JoJo waifu. If I were to give a rating for the memes, 5 out of 5, obviously. Realistically, 3 out of 5. But that's the thing. I think he's barely passable as a character, just because his lasting effect throughout the other parts. Because in part 2, like, he's a pretty good character, you know?
You can't judge a character over his lasting effects over the series. He's an alright character in part 2, but does he really do anything? He just gets like offed by Straightso and then gets found by Nazis. That's the end of his character. What a legend.
No, but wait. Look, okay, so he helps understand who the vampire is. What else? He has a funny hat.
Wow, okay.
I know. A lot of the character is funny hat man. Okay? I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, I don't know, he points out that Dio's still alive, and he has a speedy wagon. Like, what can I tell you?
The fact that, like, you're defending Speedwagon and then say, he's like a B-tier character, guys. We only like him for the memes. Like...
Sometimes you just gotta say the truth.
He is best waifu, though. He is best waifu.
See? The memes spread.
So, I love William Zappelli. I love Zappelli as a character because he's just, like, he appears for, like, 3 episodes? But he's such a great character, and I wish I saw more of him. I just love the moment where he's like, that's probably my favorite moment in part 1. It's like he's walking to this big zombie guy, this big, vampire dude, and he's like, Jonathan's trap. Speedwagon can't do anything, and he's like, I must accept my fate and help Jonathan go on. Do you have any characters you want to talk about that aren't like villains or antagonists?
Who else is there? Oh, yes. The first, no, he isn't the first. The first vampire we see in part 1.
Jack the Ripper?
Jack the Ripper is the first vampire?
Yes!
Isn't it the random dude that almost strangled Dio's life force out?
Oh yeah, that's the guy.
That guy. Isn't Jack the Ripper?
I just remember Jack the Ripper, okay? I'm not gonna rewatch part one again.
Yeah, the random dude. Like, I feel bad for that man. Blonde hair, privileged boy walks up to you, shoves a mask on your face, and then you burn in the sunlight.
Yeah, well,
Guys, when I saw it, like, I knew there's gonna be vampires, but, like, damn. Like, when he put his finger neck, I was like, ugh, you know?
okay, so we're talking about characters, right? Your favorite character was Nameless Vampire Guy.
Uh,
Part one sucks, guys. Part one is bad.
don't watch part one unless you're, like, dedicated to JoJo's.
Okay, so stands slash Hamon. Hamon sucks, okay? Part two Hamon is amazing, but part one Hamon is bad.
Like, honestly, like, I bet random street dude with 100 Molotovs would be better at Hamon than Jonathan Joestar.
I like Hamon is so uninteresting, and like compared to like even part two Hamon, which is amazing. I love part two and how they use bubbles and how they use how Joseph uses it. Like now we're just talking about part two. Hamon is like non-existent. It's just like
Hamon
energy.
poison of part one. Like, the characters were bad, but to make matters worse, the power system,
Is horrible.
it's next level bad. Like, I'm just saying, every good anime has a good power system.
Wow. Yeah. Well, yes, that's true. That has the best power system, which means Hunter x Hunter is the best anime, right?
No.
If you don't know, me and William have this long time rivalship about Hunter x Hunter because it's my favorite anime. I've been trying to make him watch it, and out of spite, he just never does.
I will in the far future, but like I have Monster Slayer to watch. I have like time to wait for like the next season of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid because that's fun and wholesome.
You've become that guy. I have this and this to watch.
Not in my top priorities here.
Okay,
It's clearly superior to anything else I watch.
so anything more to talk about Hamon?
No.
It's really boring. Part one is bad. Skip part one. Okay, the minor antagonists. Do you remember any of them?
Ah. Do you count Speedwagon? He has a once antagonist?
No. Come on. Wow, what an amazing fight! His hat turns into blades.
Poison Dude, the guy who saved Dio.
Dude, it's just we can't even name the characters at this point.
I mean, I can search up his name on Google here.
The only one I remember is Jack the Ripper. Dude, the fact that we have to search up on Google the characters' names is just so sad, man. It's just so sad.
Chinese Poison Man. JoJo Part 1.
The name's Poison Man. Oh my god. Yes, an amazing character, Poison Man.
Wang Chan, that's his name. I forgot. I'm terribly sorry. How could I forget this memorable character? Okay, whatever. Yeah, not even worth mentioning. He just saves him at the end.
Yes, Wing Chan, one of my favorite JoJo characters.
Like, he's that unknown. I mean, technically, there's the countless vampires.
Yes, the thing is, this is my test for JoJo antagonists. Can we name them? No, they're bad.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay, so on to main villain. The only tolerable thing about part one is Dio. What's your opinion on Dio?
I mean, he's a good character. That's definitely something. I mean, he has good personality. Yes. I mean, his powers are surprising at the end, but I mean, he did devour like a whole village, so I'm not surprised he can freeze people. But I mean, I have a grudge for him. Like, he burns like Jonathan's dog. Like, rip Danny. Honestly, I miss that guy.
So one of my favorite, when you were talking about he ate a whole village, I was like, how many loaves of bread have you eaten?
No, that's an amazing line. How many people did you eat? How many loaves of bread have you eaten in your life?
I love that so
Oh
much.
God.
Dio is such an entertaining character, and though I like
Yeah.
other JoJo villains more, like Kira, because he's more of an analytical villain, Dio is just really fun. He's got
Yeah.
laser eyes and everything, man.
Like, he's just so smug, and he just keeps giving. That's the best part of him.
He's probably the best part of part one. He is the best part of part
Yeah,
one.
confirmed.
We've been talking about part one, like, oh my gosh, Jonathan sucks, Speedwagon sucks, you know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the only reason you'd watch part one is to see the evolution of Dio.
And I just, it's Dio's like the only thing I really like. And
Yeah.
one of
I
my
mean-
favorite things about Dio was his interactions with you know, the 3 knights he brought back to life, like Blueford.
Oh, yeah. I think it's only 2. Chunky
Blue-
Man, who's really strong, and Sword Dude, who has a sword called Pluck.
Almost as memorable as Wench.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, so we've already talked about how bad minor antagonist. Oh my god.
I forgot about the 2 knights. Oh my god.
Yeah, Sword Dude and Chunky Muscular Dude. Back to Dio, okay. He's from a psychological level, I really love how he goes insane with power the more and more he
Yeah. And I mean, he only gets crazier in part 3, so it actually makes sense, you know? Like, he's not completely unpredictable, but
yeah.
you start to get it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't be drunk with power if they were immortal?
And had laser eyes and
Yeah,
freezing people and stuff.
I know.
The only thing I love about their confrontation is that Dio loses not because he's not strong, because he's just drunk with power, and I just love it.
But honestly, the only satisfying part of part 1 is when Dio dies. But then when Wang
dies, of course.
of course, dies in quotation marks. And then, but then the most unsatisfying part is when his head just gets caught by Wang Shang.
Honestly, Wen Chang is such a great character. Let's just make this entire podcast about Wen Chang. Okay, back to Dio. Before we go on, because there's just not that much to talk about Dio. He's just a solid character.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best character. It's like being in a poopy team, but being the best, you know?
Do you prefer part 3 Dio or part 1 Dio?
Part 3, obviously.
Really?
He has so many more memorable lines. Oh, so you approach me, my friend, you
Yeah.
know? And then there's also just the classic Zawardo. If I had that on MP4, I'd play it anytime.
I do have it on MP4,
You have it
actually.
on MP4?
Yeah. I used it for one of my intros once.
Okay.
So these are the perks of being a YouTuber. You get to have MP4 Zawardo. Okay, but what? So, in my opinion, I like part 3 Dio more than part 1 Dio.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, it's just more because his interactions with Jotaro are so much more interesting than his interaction with Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan sucks, guys.
Confirmed. But yeah, if I only watched part 3 and saw Dio in it, I'd probably be like, wow, what a mean dude. He just seems mean to be mean.
Yeah,
but when you watch part 1, you're like, oh,
wow.
So he's drunk with power, and he kills a dog.
Williams' character development. He starts off as a mean dude, and he ends up as a mean dude.
Dude, what an evolution, guys. This truly surprises me. I can't see a pattern anywhere. It just makes sense.
This is how bad part 1 has gotten. We're just talking about other parts.
Okay. So let's rate part 1.
No, we're not done yet.
We're not done yet.
Main villain is we like main villain.
Yes.
closing
Good.
words, Dio is an amazing villain. The only thing that is good about part 1, setting. Do we have anything to say about the setting?
No, not really.
I think it's the worst setting.
Yeah, I mean,
part-
all the colors are like moody blue when they're at night.
It's not a bad setting, but it's like, can I explain? Part 2 has like all these exotic places. Of course, part 3 is like you go to Egypt, you go to all these places that are amazing.
Travel the world.
You travel the world basically, and then in part 4 it's Morio, but
it's like a nice little city, you know.
And it's also like the town is its own character, and then
yeah.
And then part 5 you got Italy with the mafia. Like, who doesn't like mafia Italy?
Who doesn't like mafia Italy? Cries in like police sounds. Italian police. I'm terribly sorry.
But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
It's just the worst setting, but it's not like a bad setting. I like the Victorian era kind of thing.
Yeah, but like the art style isn't really represented. I'm just saying.
It's meh. It's meh.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, it deserves like a 2.5 out of 5.
That's...
You almost passed, but you didn't pass, you know?
It's like part 1 is just meh, guys. We're getting tired talking about part 1, man. Like, this is just so bad. And then we have Vibe. Meh. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, watching it felt like you were watching the most boring anime there is. Okay?
I do love the color changes. I think
that's good. But that's like a JoJo thing. That isn't a Phantom Blood thing.
I think it's more well done than any of the other parts. I think the color changes are better than any of the other parts.
Okay, I can agree compared to part 4. Part 4 was good. But sometimes felt off.
Part 3, you have like Kakuin with like gray hair. Like, nobody wants to see that. You know?
But I mean, part 2 did it better though.
Okay, but part 2 is part 2. Let's just give part 1 credit, okay?
Part 1 is just part 2 is just 2 times better than part 1.
No, way better. Not even 2 times, like 100 times.
I missed 2 zeros, my friends.
I love the music, but all the music is amazing in JoJo's.
Yeah, I mean,
I do think the intro is like top 3 JoJo intros.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Sono Chino Sadame. And I love the Jonathan's theme. It's like
oh yeah, that one.
I do think the vibe is actually pretty good. I don't think
it's semi decent. You don't vibe to it.
It's a horror vibe. It's a nice horror vibe, you know. I don't think JoJo's has ever failed the vibe, you know. The vibe is always there, you know. So
moving on to part 2.
Well, we're gonna rank them, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, JoJo. What's your ranking for Jonathan? Because we have to rank them. Yes.
For a JoJo, I rank him a no out of JoJo. Don't like him, okay?
I give him a 1 out of 5. I don't like Jonathan.
The only time I cried for Jonathan is when he died.
Cast of characters, 3 out of 5. I like Seppali and Speedwagon. The memes are good. Stan/Hamo, 0 out of 5.
No, but dude, I just want to say, I think the only reason why it gets 3 out of 5 is because there's 3 decent characters, okay?
Oh,
Not including the main villain, Seppali, Speedwagon, and Wang Chang.
No. That's minor antagonist. We'll get to that. But best characters is random street guy get hit by the mask.
Yes, random street man.
Yes, random street.
Wait, does he even have a name? I don't even want to search it up at this point.
Stan/Hamon. Honestly, I just give it like a 0 out of 5. It's so bad. Hamon is so bad in part 1. Minor antagonist, 5 out of 5, baby. Wen Chang.
Yeah, 5 out of 5, my guy.
Main villain, I give him, like, seriously, 4 out of 5. He's a good main villain.
Solid character.
Setting is, like, 3.5. It's, like, a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And vibe is 3.5.
Yeah.
So if we rank this, I'm going to write this to look it back when we're done this podcast. So
I'm pretty sure this is just, like, a 3.5.
Main JoJo, 1 out of 5. Then we have cast of characters 3 because of random street dude.
1.
Then we have
3.
0 for Homo.
0.
Then the minor antagonist, 5 out of 5, baby.
Okay.
And then we have main villain
3.5. Oh wait, main villain 4.
And then 3.5 for both. 3.5.
3.5.
And vibe 3.5.
Wait. But what about JoJo? Wait. No, he's a no.
One out of 5. 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. If I get this correctly, 1 plus 3, 4 plus 5, 9 plus 4, 13 plus 13, 13 plus 3.5.
I have the list.
Okay, 20 divided by 7. I got us a calculated 2.85714285714. If we're putting that on 5, you got a 0.5 out of 5.
Oh my god. Okay. Can we move on to part 2? This is getting ridiculous.
Yes, we may move on to part 2.
Main JoJo, 5 out of 5, baby. I love Joseph.
Joseph is good. He's got good lines.
He has good lines. He's just such an entertaining character.
I know. Every time you see him on the screen, you're like, well, yes, it is time to pull out the popcorn. You know?
I know. My favorite scene is he just pulls a
Tommy gun and just shoots the whole thing up.
Man.
Shit's just like, I'm not dumb like Dio. I'm gonna kill you immediately. And then he's just like, psych, I was ready for you from the beginning. What
kind of reminded me of something is, first off, and second off,
God. Honestly, I wish I could just edit that clip and then play it.
Make a shrine out of Okay, but seriously, what kind of reminded me of something is Johnny Joestar from Part 7. I
wish I could relate.
Johnny Joestar from Part 7.
Yeah, I know.
He's, do you know, like, what's going on with his legs and stuff?
I'm pretty sure he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so he's paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like...
Wait, is he the one with, like, the 4 part?
Dude, he's my favorite JoJo, stand. You know that, right? He's
the one with the 4-act stand.
Yes. Okay.
By the way, justice for Koichi, why don't he got a 4-act stand?
We'll get to that in part 4, okay? Okay, stop. We have to talk about JoJo's.
Yes.
Okay, so Johnny is paralyzed, so he can't move his legs, and Johnny is the only Joestar who can't use the secret Joestar technique. Isn't this so
my
sad?
God.
Isn't it so sad?
Yeah, I mean, kinda.
He's my favorite Joestar, so don't disrespect the man, Johnny. Back to Joseph. He's an amazing character. And if we take his act in part 3, he's even more amazing.
Yeah.
I think he's just so entertaining. And he's also got like a pretty solid character.
Theo, I just have to ask this. Do we not have a JoBro category in the ranking?
It's cast of characters. Characters.
Oh, come on. We gotta make a separate
It's JoBro Incorporated, okay?
Okay.
Back to Joseph. I think he's just such an amazing character. I think he's like, his character just evolves and we see all his life, and I just love his character. And I think he's just so entertaining, and how he fakes how strong he is, how smart he is, and he's able to get an advantage on his enemies.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's a cool character. I like him.
Is that all you have to say about, like, my second favorite Joestar?
I mean, he's a cool character, and you've pretty much said everything you need to say about him.
5 out of 5. I give him a 5 out of 5. I love Joseph. I think he's amazing. Okay, back to cast of characters. Caesar Zappelli, what do you think about him?
Good character.
Disagree?
Very good character. He's cool, and he helps him along the way. Somehow manages to convince a lady who put a gas mask on Jonathan to let him live and become a hormone user, but that doesn't matter. Still a great character. Although, when he gets squashed, I was unhappy. But then when I saw the memes, I was very happy. You know?
That's
like,
JoJo.
I was like, you know what? That was worth it.
That's just JoJo's right there. Like, Oh, I didn't like this part. It sucked. Memes. Oh, I love this part.
Isn't this part amazing?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, his death was predicted. Kind of foolish of him.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, a Master Jedi never attacks first.
Are you talking?
That's just a few rules.
Are you talking about predicted, like the curse that they talk about like 500 times in the part?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but
I mean, hey, like, as a continuation of Zappelli, he didn't let the reputation down. He just didn't raise the bar.
I don't like Caesar, and why I don't like him is he's not entertaining.
Yeah.
And he's also just, he's annoying for half of the part. He's just like this untitled guy. And even when we had his backstory, he was like, not a great backstory. Like, yes,
yeah.
my father, like, 5 years ago was like, saved me, even though it makes no sense. His backstory makes no sense, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, I like the relationship between him and Joseph, but are we really going to, like, say that he's on par with Joseph?
No. Definitely not. No.
That's your answer right there.
Exactly.
Lisa. Speechless. Okay, let's move on.
There's not much to say. I mean, she's pretty good at Hamon.
Character of Lisa.
Are we gonna have to talk about that one scene?
No, we're not. Okay, let's move on. Now,
Okay.
minor antagonists. So, they're definitely not going to be as good as Wenshag.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he set a pretty high bar here.
Wamu and AC/DC, what do you think about them?
Okay, Wamu, good character, respectable, honorable guy. I feel like he's the, like, you know, like the Carl and then the cooler Carl? That's just Jonathan, Carl, and then Wamu, the cooler Carl. Because Jonathan is, like, respectable gentleman. But then Wamu is honorable, respectable gentleman.
Yes.
And
okay.
who's a lot stronger. So, like, he just gains points for being a cooler character. You know? I feel like if the main character of part 1 was different and was more dynamic, and Jonathan was a side character, Jonathan would be like a better character.
We left part 1 aside, okay? We don't need to bring up those bad memories.
We don't talk about part 1.
I believe that Wamu is a great character. I think as a villain, he was probably the best villain.
That was a side character.
In part 2.
Yeah.
Maybe the best minor antagonist, probably. I think he should have replaced Cars.
Yeah, almost.
I preferred Wabu to Cars, but if it was just Wabu, I would give this a 5 out of 5. But we still have AC/DC and San Viento, so like it kind of goes down because AC/DC is not a good
true,
character.
San Viento.
Yeah. The guy who like was there for like 2 seconds in the anime, right?
Yeah.
So, like, San Viento, of course, does not have a character, and AC/DC is just, like, what's one character attribute you can give to AC/DC that isn't he's smart?
Okay. So, you're throwing a curveball here. Okay. This hurts me to say. I mean, at least he lives on, not so past the grave, but past the body, you know? Like, that's the only cool part, is how his brain becomes like a parasite. But everything else sucks.
Well, that's not a character trait. That's a power, you know? He's not a character. He's not a character. His character is non-existent.
Oh, he copies Joseph's line.
Oh, wow.
He predicts Joseph. The roles reversed.
And your next line is, AC/DC was a horrible villain.
No, I just love how like Joseph was like, "Oh, and your next line is this," and then ACDC is like, "Habada," and then like ACDC is like, "And your next line is," and your next line is.
So
That was the only cool part of him,
can
though.
we get 4 out of 5? 4 out of 5 for the minor antagonist.
Oh, for the minor antagonist. Okay, yes, including Wamu.
So 4 out of 5 for antagonist. Wamu was amazing. ACDC is bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Main villain, Cars gets a lot of hate, and I don't think he's a bad character.
He isn't a bad character, no. But I felt like he missed something, you know? It's like if you took the wild personality of Dio, I just felt like he was like a jerk for nothing. He said, I wanted more power, but my clan didn't want me to get it because or else I would kill all the humans. So I killed them instead and turned a baby.
I thought he tried to save them.
No, he wasn't saving them.
I was probably remembering that
power. The man's wanted power. And his clan was like, no, we're going to disrupt the balance. So he was like, well, guess what? You're dead now because I have more power. And pretty much he killed them all except for ACDC, who worked with him, and then Wamu, who was raised by them.
Awaken, my masters.
Yeah, that was a good scene, though.
3 out of 5. Cars is not that bad. But
yeah, not that bad.
He serves a purpose in the story, and he's, in my opinion, he's not the worst JoJo villain.
No, not the worst.
Wait.
Definitely not.
Well, wait, what were the worst? Actually, like, main villain, I think he might be the worst.
Yeah, he actually, now that I think of it, yeah.
I like Diavolo more. I like Kira more. I love Dio in both parts. We were talking about how he was a bad villain. I'm like, he's the worst JoJo villain. Okay.
Okay, but JoJo villains are good, though.
Yeah, I 3 out of 5.
You gotta give the man a bit of credit.
He's not a bad character, but no. he did miss the mark. Stan/Hamon. Are we just going to talk about how amazing Joseph uses Hamon?
Yes.
I love the pillar climbing scene where they're like,
yes, that's good.
Using
and then when he's like, what? Caesar looks like he's barely holding in there. He's only using the tips of his fingers, and he's like, wait a minute, now I know why. He's not using the tips of his fingers because he's barely holding on. He's using the tips of his fingers because it allows him to concentrate his Hamon. And he's like, wow.
I absolutely love Hamon in part 2. I don't think there's really anything to say that was badly used.
I mean, I don't think Hamon will go any further, except for like maybe in part 7.
Yeah. I was just going to correct you right there.
I just don't know where it could go. That's the issue. But I mean, it was a good thing. Yeah, but honestly, you know what'd be fun?
What?
You know what'd be fun? If Joseph just deflects, punched a frog.
Yeah.
But like did it ironically, you know?
I don't know. It's just
whoa.
In my opinion, can I just say something? Hamon didn't have the power or like the amazingness of Stan's. But for Hamon, I think he stretched it to a point where it was amazing. Like Hamon is not a good power system, but he used it in a way. That's what I love about Araki. He made Hamon so good, even though it was a bad power system. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 because I think it was the best for what it could have been.
Wait, no, not 5. 4.5.
Okay, but I do think Hamon was better.
He used it well.
3. I think Hamon was in part 2 is better than Stan's in part 3.
What?
Okay, we'll talk about that later. Okay.
Yeah.
So, setting.
Oh wait! I have to talk about a really memorable scene.
Okay, what?
Okay, so you know when they're all like, "Man, it's gonna be horrible to miss such a great character. I'll sure miss Joseph." And then Joseph's like, "What's happening, guys? What's happening here?" And then Speedwagon's like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
And then he looks at his own grave and he's like, "Why's my name on there? Is there another Joseph? Have you been hiding him from me?" But I mean, honestly,
Joseph is an amazing character.
yeah. But wait, Jotaro's the son of Suzy Q and Joseph.
No.
No?
What? No.
Where did Suzy Q? Oh, it's true. He called Suzy Q Holly.
So, yeah. Holly is the... No, look, okay, Joseph is the grandfather of Jotaro.
Oh, but wait, who's their son? Oh, it's the dude who heard about vampires, did not learn Hamon, but found a vampire. And then
Look,
Lisa was pissed because she was like, "What,
dude? Please, no, I don't care."
No, it's true. Who was the son of Suzy Q and Joseph? Oh.
Figuring out the family tree of JoJo's is impossible. The Joestar family tree is so bad. Oh my god, dude. Okay, setting. What do you think about the setting?
It's pretty good. It's pretty
amazing. Good. I think the New York aspect and all the countries they go to is really good. I don't think it's a 5. I think it's like a 4. A solid 4. It's solid. Do you agree?
Yeah. Why must you hurt me in this way? It's a good setting.
I think the New York and all the places they go is amazing, and I love the setting. But I don't think it's a 5 out of 5. I think it's a 4.
Yeah, I agree. It's a solid 4.
And the vibe, 5 out of 5. I love the vibe. It's so good. The vibe of part.
The only time the vibe is really killed.
It's the vibe is so good, man.
I know, so but the only time the vibe is like kinda killed.
Yeah.
Is like at the beginning, but at that point the vibe isn't even born.
Yeah.
Like when Straitso becomes a vampire, like that didn't feel like the rest of part 2.
Yeah, you know? But like pulling up the Tommy gun on Straitso, that's just
that was epic. That's when the vibe started, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you know what I loved?
What?
The like Coca-Cola can scene.
Oh yes, I love that scene too.
Coca-Cola, feel the hormone.
Okay, so the scores is Maid JoJo 5 out of 5. Cast of characters 4 out of 5.
Whoa, slow down. Okay, 5.
Yeah, cast? Out of 5. Cast is 4 out of 5. Stands / Hamon are 4.5.
Okay.
Minor antagonists are 4.
Okay.
Main villain is 3.
Okay. So 5,
setting
4,
is 4.
9.
Setting is 4, and then vibe is 5. 4.
Okay. So 9, 13.5, 17.5, 20.5, 24.5, 29.5 divided by 7.
I don't what?
Oh wait, no, I have a calculator. Okay. Okay. So it was 29.5 divided by the lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a good score. That's like 4. That's 4.2.
4.2. Okay, so I'm around saying like it's like an 85 right there. 85.
Yeah, that's a good 85.
Good
part.
It's a great part. I love part 2. Now, let's get to part 3, which I do not like. I do not like part 3.
Why must you hurt me in this way?
Main JoJo, Jotaro is good.
Yeah, Jotaro, 4.5.
4.5.
Not the best.
He's really good, but I prefer him in other parts.
I prefer him in part 4.
I prefer him in part 4 too.
Yeah, okay, 4.5.
He's
a good. Wait, we have to justify this. We can't just give random numbers. Okay, he's good. You can tell he develops by part 4.
Yeah.
He likes seals. I mean, he's a man of the earth, so
William's like, yes, 4.5, amazing. Yes, reasoning. Oh, he's good. He likes seals.
I mean, you can tell that he wants to save his mom, so that's like a big plus for me.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Can I explain why Jotaro is amazing?
yeah.
You're butchering our explanations.
I'm like that one guy on like the sports game which gets like one assist and then like gives the ball to the team like 5 times.
Yeah.
Oh well, continue.
Okay. So, I think Jotaro is an amazing character because he's just really entertaining, but behind that, he has this very delinquent exterior, but he has a soft side to him. And I love how he cares a lot about the Stardust Crusaders, and he doesn't show it because he hard exterior but a soft inside, and he's just an amazing character. And I think he's just really solid. And we can't really say anything about him because if you've watched JoJo's, like you understand where we're coming from. There's not much to talk about. He's just a really solid character.
Wait, Theo. I have to ask you this question. Did you ever ship? I forgot his name.
Little girl with Jotaro?
No. Cherry boy with Jotaro. Little. Kakyo.
You forgot Kakyo's name. Yes, Cherry boy.
I mean, he dresses like a cherry. He's in green. His hair's red. So, like, I don't know, man. It doesn't matter. Okay. But yeah, did you ever ship him?
No, what? No.
Oh.
Jotaro's married and divorced by part 6, man.
He's divorced?
I guess that was a spoiler. I thought you knew. Okay. Cast of characters. 4.5, maybe 5.
5? Stardust Crusaders are all amazing. Well,
Abdul
actually, no.
sucks.
Oh no, I have to correct my sentence here. 4.5 because Avdol dies twice and the second time sucked.
I want to talk about Avdol dying twice. I hate this. This is one of the main reasons I hate part 3. Not hate, but like I don't like part 3.
The one flaw in part 3.
No, not the one flaw. There are a lot of flaws. A flaw. There's this amazing scene where Polnareff learns that your
teamwork is required.
That teamwork is required, and that you shouldn't jump into battles without knowing stand uses. And he learns that by his friend dying, and it shocks the audience so hard because you never think any of the Stardust Crusaders are going to die, and then bam, he's dead, and it's like there's no very sad reunion. There's no there's no talk between them that solves everything. It's just a death, and that's what I love about JoJo's. There's never like this moment where they're like, I'm dying, I love you, I always loved you, and then they die. There's never that moment, and that's more realistic.
There's never the moment where it's like, I'm dying. Oof.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, so, yeah. For future reference, because we are kid friendly, he did not. The D word, the DIE word. No. He game ended himself. Okay?
It's game over. So
he didn't have enough coins to play again, you know?
No, because he did, and he got revived in the stupidest way possible.
I know.
And he's got that stupid "Yes, I am."
Are you Avdol? Yes, I am.
Oh my god. And then, even to make matters worse, he gets revived for no reason. He does nothing during the next half of the part, and then he dies off a screen. He gets in one moment, and we don't even see his body. We just see his hands.
Do you want to know why he dies the second time?
Why?
Okay, he died the first time as like an actual death. That was supposed to be planned. That's why he doesn't do much after he's revived. The reason why he gets killed again, even though he brings him back because people might have liked to see him, the reason why he dies the second time is because Araki got tired of drawing his hair. That's the truth. He literally says that in an interview. He was like, Avdol's hair is hard to draw, so, I mean, I didn't really want to do it.
Oh my god! The reason for a character dying twice. It's because you don't want to try. I can't, man. I can't. No. We all agree that Avdol is a stupid character.
Agreed upon.
Okay. Kakyoin is not as good as everyone says he is. He is a good character, but I don't think he's a great character. And the fact that you called him Leo guy before calling him Kakyoin proves my point.
Okay, he's a good character. I mean, he dies doing a good thing. Although, there's a lot of holes in part 3. Not those kinds of holes, children. There's a lot of holes in part 3, okay? I mean, he's cool, but there's a lot of plot holes here, okay? One moment, he can paint pictures of people and deal damage to them. But the next moment, he never does that.
One word to prove your point. No one can deflect the Emerald Splash.
No, that feels realistic, you know? I mean, no one can, but everyone can dodge it, apparently. Have you ever seen anyone die to the Emerald Splash?
No.
My point is proven. Like, yeah, he killed countless of clone stands of, like, the lovers.
Yeah.
But Jotaro killed the lovers.
Another thing about lovers is, yes, we can now shrink our stands. That was a thing we could do before.
But it only happened once.
Yes, Starfinger. That was a thing we used.
Yeah, only once, you know? I can think of many times where that would have been practical.
Oh my god.
But no.
There are so many times in part 3 where it's just like, yes, we're in a sticky situation. Well, just introduce something that was never introduced ever again, and we never use it ever again. It was never introduced, and it would never been used ever again after that fight.
Ask Araki, hey, what happened to Starfinger? Araki, we don't talk about that. Like, that's so true. What happened to Starfinger? You know what'd be cooler?
What?
The coolest thing there would be in cool history. What if Joseph, part 3 Joseph, used hormone more than once?
Oh, right, yeah.
That's the other thing. He uses it on the Empress. It doesn't work.
So can I explain something?
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So, Joseph, I love Joseph part 3, yes.
Yeah.
But if you don't remember this, but I don't know if you remember this, but Joseph beat 3 of the Pillarmen, right? The Pillarmen have been alive for over 100,000 years. They have seen all of history. AC/DC himself knows everything about history. He knows all war tactics. He was like friends with Alexander the Great. He is like the greatest tactician of all time. And Joseph beat him. Joseph beat the 3 most smartest like life forms in the world. Part 3, Joseph. One stand fight. Like, what is this? Your boy beat like the smartest beings in the universe. Next part, he's useless.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And I love his memes though.
Yeah.
Okay, Pull the Ref is amazing. I will stand the Pull the Refer. Okay?
Okay, wait. I have to ask you something. What about Iggy?
No, Iggy is no. We started this off with saying, oh yes, all the Stardust Crusaders are amazing. Then we end with, yes, Joseph is cool, and Pull the Ref is cool. All the others suck. Like,
I think I think Iggy's a good character. If you dare defy me, I'll be really mad.
look,
Hey, Iggy sucks once again.
Iggy is not a good character. How do you think Iggy is a good character?
But yeah, I mean, he's not that great. The only scene, like, he's, like, kind of cool.
Pet shop fight.
No.
Amazing fight against the Ice Hawk.
Yeah, I know, but when Jotaro throws him, that's the coolest moment.
No, I disagree. I think his fight with the bird ice dude is one of the best in like all of JoJo's.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give the characters a 4. Like, they're solid, but like most of them are like they're unused. My problem with part 3 is main JoJo does everything. Jotaro does everything.
I mean, that's kind of good, but...
Name me one Kakyoin fight. Name me one Iggy fight that isn't
Oh,
Pet Shop.
oh yeah, Death 13.
That isn't a fight, though.
That is a Kakyoin fight.
Fine.
He's the only one who uses a stand, and no of the other Stardust Crusaders ever do anything.
Okay, name me one Avdol fight.
Avdol versus Polnareff.
Don't say Polnareff. He's not an antagonist. Okay.
Oh, how dare you! Come on, dude. That was a fight. He was an antagonist.
Oh yes, I shaped your stone into fire. Like, what is this, man? Okay.
It was a fight.
I'm gonna give cast of characters 4 out of 5. They're all right.
Yeah, they're good.
Stands. I don't like the stands in this part.
Oh, come on. There were some memorable ones.
There are some good ones. Yes.
Good. Good. What did you wait, what's his name? The guy who's like, wow, I have the perfect face and my stand is perfect. It's a mix of both offense and defense. That stand fight sucked. Don't know
what you're talking about.
Don't you remember perfect face dude who gets angry when he gets punched in the face, has a golden stand that's like a golden liquid?
Oh, yes,
pretends to be not Koichi.
I know what it is. I know what
Kakyoin, and then like grows really tall, and then Jotaro's like,
you know that?
Yeah.
Yellow Temperance.
Ah, yes, it's Temperance.
I like Yellow Temperance. I love Yellow Temperance.
I like the stands because they're like
I like the stands.
I like the stands because they're named after tarot cards. That's it.
I like the stands that are, but like, they're not bad, but like compared to the other stands from other parts, they're not like good. I'm giving this a 4. I think it's solid, but it's not like it's just like, you know, who likes Kakyoin's stand? Like, these are.
It could have been better.
Can I explain something? These are the character traits. These are the traits of each stand. Yes, Polnareff stands. He's got a sword. Okay. Well, what's JoJo'S stand? He can punch really hard. What's Kakyoin's stand? He can throw rocks. What's Avdol's stand? He can just shoot fire. Those are like the main characters right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, I have a part 5 stand. It's intricate and complicated, a page long. And it's like, part 3. I'ma beat the make poop out of ya.
No, it's like, compare this to part 5 stands, okay?
I feel like
there's a stand.
I just have to say something. Either all the characters from part 3 are the most generic people that exist because their stands are generic.
Yeah.
Or Araki was just like generic superpowers. Yes.
Yes. They're more like superpowers than like actual like stands. Minor antagonists, 0 out of 5. I hate all of them.
Really? None of them were like memorable.
Okay, so tell me the name of one minor antagonist, just one, and I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Just name one. Not their stand, who they are. Like,
man.
Their name, their actual name.
Their actual name?
Just name, like, they could have a nickname.
I remember. He has the baby. What's he called? Manish Boy.
What?
Yes.
That's not his name.
That is his name.
I'm gonna look that up. Can I just see if that's actually
true?
Can
look it up. I'm pretty sure it's Manish Boy.
Manish Boy Part 3. I guess you're right. You're actually right.
I'm right? Damn.
Okay, you named one baby. Wow, amazing. I'm giving it like a. Can we just give it like a 0? It has like. Are we
5.
really?
You know what? Okay, 0. Yeah.
0.
Fair point.
I hate all the minor antagonists from her. Yes, pedophile man. What an amazing minor antagonist.
One of the stand fights that was actually interesting. Oh no, I remember Whole Horse.
Oh, okay.
How could we forget?
That's a memorable guy. Okay, I'll give a 1. I'll give a 1 to
And
that.
there's the hangman guy.
Don't name his stand. Name his name. Whole Horse is an amazing character. I love Whole Horse. Okay, we'll move it up to 1 point. 1 out of 5.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yellow Temperance?
That's not his name. That's his stand.
His name, though? What's it called again?
The fact that it's taking you this long.
Rubber Soul.
Not his name. There's no way.
I'm pretty sure that's his name, my friend.
Can we move on to
search it up? I want you to search it up. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I want to be right so bad.
If that's his name, I'm gonna put a -1.
No.
You were right.
It's actually Rubber Soul. Oh my god.
Rubber Soul. How?
I have obscure memories of part 3. Okay.
Okay. Main villain Dio is amazing. Like, are we really gonna debate this?
No, Dio's amazing.
4.5.
Yeah.
His fight with Jotaro is easily the best fight in all of
anime.
No, but well, it's a contender. Probably
it's
all
it's
of JoJo's.
a very good contender.
It's the best.
The JoJo
best
fight scenes are really good.
Setting, amazing. 5 out of 5. I love the setting. We go to all these different places. We travel the world with the Stardust Crusaders. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
You have anything
5.
else to say? 5 out of 5? I think so.
Yeah.
Vibe, I would give it a 3. I don't like the vibe.
Really?
I don't like the vibe. I think it's very depressing. Most of the time, it's
yeah, you're kind of right.
Good.
Oh my god, somebody help me!
You have to agree.
I love the somebody help me.
Yeah, I think the vibe is a 3. I don't.
The only reason why the vibe is good is Joseph.
I agree.
Music 5.
Yeah.
The opening theme is the best opening theme ever.
I disagree. Requiem. I love Requiem.
No, it's so good though. It shows the Stardust Crusaders.
So
and then
she
that last,
although she stardust.
at the end when he says it does the same thing it did at the beginning and it's just punching the wall and it's like
the fact that I can sing each JoJo opening
that's
is just
that means it's good.
JoJo's has the best openings, no competition from anyone else in anime. Every single opening is amazing.
I mean, you're right. One of the better openings, though, I gotta say,
Bloody Stream.
No.
Crazy noisy bees.
No, I'm not even talking about JoJo's. I'm talking about the opening you made me listen of Hunter x Hunter.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
That's a good one.
This is going to become me singing for an entire hour. Okay.
I can't wait to hear the content.
Main JoJo 4.5. Can you calculate this? So.
Oh, okay.
4.5 main JoJo. Cast of characters 4.
8.5.
Stands 4.
Oh, what is that? That's 15?
Minor antagonist 1. Main villain 4.5. Setting 4.5. And vibe 3.
That's a 28.
Out of 35.
Oh wait, no, 29. 29.
I think that's an 80. It's a solid part. It's not bad, but it's a solid part.